All right. What up, everybody? It is Friday. You know what that means? That's right, another work day. That's all it means for me as an entrepreneur, as a wholesaler, right? Just another day of calling, making live calls today. Thank you for hanging out with me today. It is Friday. We're getting ready to do some live cold calling if you guys are ready. What up, Bookmaster? Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Um, so we're getting ready to do some live calls right now, but real quick introduction on myself. My name is Paul, local wholesaler here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we call nationwide to homeowners and asking if they want to sell for a cash offer. All right, so that's what we're getting ready to do right now. We're getting ready to hop on a live call. So hang out with us. We're getting ready to start right now. So interesting about this next lead that we're about to call is we thought it was a dead lead and we kind of moved on from it, but it turns out she's reaching back out to us and needs help selling this one now. It's all right. So we're getting ready to call her. What up, you guys? Thank you for joining the live. Appreciate it. My name is Paul, local wholesaler in Phoenix, Arizona, and right now we're calling. We're going to be calling Bryan, Texas, is where this deal is at. And then we also do deals California, Las Vegas, Minnesota. But our main markets right now, if you're interested in, it's Cleveland, Ohio, and out here in Phoenix as well. So that's where we're seeing the most movement. So again, thank you for joining on the live today. I appreciate it. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm streaming right now, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook Live. All right. It's all the same name, yo_Paulie. So we're getting ready to do some calls. So make sure you drop your questions down below if you have any. I do acquisitions here. I'm the acquisitions manager over We Heart Houses, and acquisitions being I'm talking with sellers all day, right? I've done everything in wholesaling from acquiring the property to transaction coordinating to dispositioning. But now my main focus is all on acquisitions to where, we're just talking with sellers all day, all right? So what up, George? What up, my dude? So we're getting ready to do some calls, so be sure if you have any questions, drop them in down below. Be happy to answer them for you. And then any way that I can help you, please reach out in any way. Let me know what kind of objections you're dealing with talking with sellers. The reason why I like doing this is because it doesn't only help with wholesaling, but if you're in any kind of sales position, even if you want to, even if you're along the lines of like relationship wise, right? Like that's what this is for. That's what sales is for. It's for getting better at negotiating, better at communication, and just overall, better at speaking and communicating in general, right? So just kind of keep that in mind, and so it overall helps kind of in sales and communicating all together. So we're gonna start calling. I'm waiting for one individual to hop on real quick, Christy. So we're gonna call her lead right now. But hang out for a second. We're gonna start the calling. All right. Let me know where you guys are at. Please drop your states down below. Let me know where you're calling in from, where you're watching from. You should be working right now, but I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning and joining the live. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok live as well. All right, so make sure you give your guy Paulie a shout out on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and the like. Really appreciate it. It helps me out. So let's go and give her a call. All right. Let the calling commence. Make sure I have everything up and running. All right, here we go. Let me check and see what I always like to do a real quick recap of the last conversation that I had with her and what number I dialed from. Okay, I called from my phone number. Cool, let's get her on the phone. Let me know if you guys can hear it all right. Inland Empire, Cali. Nice, man. I'm from Los Angeles myself.
Hello.
Hi, Rashonda. This is Paul. How are you?
I guess okay.
You guess?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, could be worse, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, all right. So, Christy let me know that kind of something came up. So she kind of gave me a quick, brief rundown, but do you kind of want to break down to me what happened, or? What's going on?
Okay. Okay. So I text the guy to ask him for the payoff. Okay. I texted him yesterday for the payoff. This morning, he sent me the pay. He sent me he just texted me and told me that the payoff was like $219,000. So at that point, I'm like really, really confused. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is this payoff more than it's supposed to be? So um, I'm looking at it and I'm like, he was like, yeah, you have to ask for like 225 or whatever for you to walk away with about $5,000 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's still not right. So I waited a little while. I waited till I completely woke up. And then I texted him back and I was like, so why is the payoff more than it was before? And he was like, no, before it was like 226. And I'm like, that's $1,000 difference. No, that's not. No. So I'm like, I pulled out the paper, pen, all my information, that stuff that I had, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? How did the payoff go from 195.98 to this amount? And I said, even including the roof, it's still not that. So what is going on? So I started texting him, what's going on? I said, minus the roof. I said, from this price that you sent me, even minus the roof, it's like 207. So what are you talking about? And mind you, just last week, me and him talked. He stopped using he stopped using the other company that he was using to take the payment, and he told me that like it's supposed to be like $17,000 that I owe him behind. I paid him like $8,000 last week,
Okay.
so it's like, okay, that's still not right because that 8,000 is still supposed to be minus the 195,998, and that's not coming. Obviously, he didn't take that out. But what he is telling me now is like from the payoff statement that they had sent him when he had asked for a payoff statement before. He's telling me that I'm supposed to. The payoff statement says is that it's 206,833. So he's telling me I have to pay that the payoff is this amount plus the 17,000 that I'm behind, and then plus the roof money.
Hmm.
So and it's like, okay, dude, that's not right. So finally, we just got on the phone, and I'm sitting here telling him, where are you getting all these numbers from? I say because if we get a payoff from them, and I'm paying you off the 195,998 plus the roof money, that's all I owe you. Because that other 17,000 that you're saying that I'm behind, that is included in that 195,998. So
Mm-hmm.
what are you talking about? No. So I don't know what he's on right now. And then he goes to tell me that that's the reason why my last two deals fell through because I'm giving out the wrong information because I'm only telling y'all that that's all that is owed on the house. I'm like, that is all that's owed on the house is that plus the roof. So whenever whoever talks to him, he'll include that then plus the 17,000 that I'm behind. He includes that as well because he's trying to get extra money. So that's why all of my stuff is falling through. All of my deals are falling through.
Hmm. Interesting. So he's saying so okay, there's a lot there. Let me just kind of clarify so I understand.
Okay.
So he's saying the 206, right, which is
Mhm.
the balance left,
Mhm.
and then plus the roof, which was I believe is around 12, right?
Yeah, it's 12,583.
Okay, and then he's adding on another 17.
Yeah, he's trying to say the 17, like what I was behind from January up until now, the
Mm-hmm.
17,000.
Right.
He's trying to add that on top of everything, even though that is included in the 195,998.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, because that should be part of the payments of the principal, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. He's saying that that's just the principal balance. That's not what I owe behind. Yes, it is. That is the total amount that I owe behind. And like I said, he made a mistake and sent me a screenshot of the payoff that the company sent him. And like I said, with what the company sent him, it was 206,833. Um, and then, but at that time, that wasn't including when I had gave him the $8,000 at that time.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. I did get a text from Christy. She did send over. Let me just see what that was real quick. So you sent her over the last statement that you had, correct?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Did you happen to send her over a statement or anything like that? Your last mortgage statement at all?
Yeah, I had sent her the last statement before. I had sent her the July one. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Interesting. So okay. So a lot going on there. So it sounds like it didn't kind of happen go through with what your initial what they were allowing you to do now, or what happened at that? I thought like they were gonna let you make payments and all that stuff, or what
Well,
happened?
okay. So what it was is like he said, he was giving me a chance to try to catch up on the 17,000.
Right.
Okay, like I said, and then after he was like, okay, well, we're gonna take out everything from the company, the taxes, and that kind of stuff or whatever. He said because then I was supposed to be using my HUD voucher. He was gonna let me use my HUD voucher, to just rent the house for a year until I found something else. Okay, well, that fell through because once I submitted my paperwork or whatever to the HUD, they denied it. So that fell through.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that fell through. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not worried about it. I still have a couple of contacts or whatever. I'll just contact some other people or whatever to use, to go to their house, to move, to a different house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I'm telling him, so then that's when I contacted Chrissy and was like, okay, we just gonna do, I just want to use y'all, and then I'm just gonna leave it at that. So Chrissy was like, okay, well, we need the payoff. So I called, like I said, I text him for the payoff, and this is the crap that he gives me. And all it is he really just trying to take the house back. That's what it is.
Right. Right.
You meant I can wipe it for me. Yeah, so it's that, like I said, that's what it is. Because then, like after I was telling him, I was like, I have somebody that will get the house. I have somebody. If you would just give me the payoff amount, the right payoff amount.
Right.
Like I said, I have somebody that will get the house. I think the wife took it. Yeah, so, and like I said, this is the crap that he gave me this morning. And I'm
Mm.
like, this is not right. This is not right. And then he was like, it's supposed to be the principal balance plus what you owe me behind. And I was like, that's not right. Because in that principal balance, if you look at that statement that August REI sends me, all of that is included in the 1959998. No, that's all in there. So like I said, when they did the payoff with the 206, I could understand because then that's the the other little money that owes for them, like they late fee, that kind of stuff, what they charge for late fee and stuff like that. I can understand all of that. So even if he had just told me the 206 and plus the 12 whatever for the roofer, okay, cool.
Okay.
But you're going over and beyond because I no, because I don't if that's paid off, I don't still owe you for the back rent. And like I said, even with that, even with that, the 17, if he said the 17, you still didn't take out the $8,000 that I just paid you.
Hmm. Wow. So let me ask you this, Rashana. So we're gonna have to do some digging, right? Me and Chrissy got our hands full. Um,
Okay.
so we wanna help you, right? That's first and foremost is see if we can get you some help.
Mhm.
Um, what kind of time are we up against here? Like, are we behind the clock now? Like, do we have like a certain amount of time before you have
Well,
to?
I have to resubmit my paperwork for the HUD. I have to resubmit it before the 20th. Stop. I have to resubmit my paperwork before the 20th, which I've already talked to a lady and she has a house. Actually, I have it's two people that they have a house or whatever that they will let me get. So, like I said, it's just one of them, the lady just said they just had some work and stuff done. I just told her I want to see the house first.
Hmm.
because I know another house she had it was trash, and I knew it wasn't gonna pass inspection. So, and then like the other guy, I know his house will pass inspection. He's had it on HUD and stuff before. Um, and like I said, I could just contact him and and get to his house. So
And when did you want to move into either one of those? Are we talking about next month, the end of this month, end of next month?
no, I need to do well. Yeah, probably by the end of this month.
Okay, end of this month. All right. Hmm. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So let's see. All right, a lot of info there. I sorry you're going through all this. I know it kind of seemed like things were working out, but let's just see what we can do. Me and Christy are in your corner, so like we said, we want to try to help you. The number has changed though. I want to be honest and upfront with you,
Yeah,
Rashonda. I obviously need to go back and talk with our team to see what we could offer. Um,
right.
let's do this. Like we had that statement. Um, I'm wondering, would you be against me giving either the state, the mortgage company, or the guy who's the investor who's giving you the finance on this a call to just, hey, kind of get the grasp of what's actually owed, and then what could happen is I can just, hey, exactly do we need to pay off, and then I can kind of communicate, because sometimes it's good to get a different perspective. I don't know if you'd be against us calling him.
Oh yeah, I'm not against you talking to him at all. Cause like I said, he's on some bull crap,
Okay.
and I know he's on bull crap, and he knows he's on bull crap. But like I said, he does this kind of stuff trying to be a slick talker, you know. So I no
Got it, got it.
no, and cause I went off on him this morning. I literally had to cuss him out because he was just
Wow,
no.
wow. No, I get it, I get it. It can be definitely frustrating. Definitely sounds like a kind of a cruddy situation here. Tell you what, do you have like a number I can get for him real quick, Rashonda?
Yeah, let me give you.
All right.
Oh, oh, 518.
All right, got it. Okay, yeah, let me get with our team, see what we can do. Let me get authorization from him exactly how much is owed. We may need to hop on, just a heads up, we may need to hop on a call together just to get,
Okay,
because for legal purposes, you may need to authorize us just to say, yeah, you can go ahead and tell them, hey, what's owed.
okay,
You know what I mean, as far as the
okay,
statement.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That's
but
fine.
we'll give you a text when that does happen, just so you're aware. And all you'll have to do is just give an okay, and then you can hang up. Um, but
Okay,
we'll give you a heads up before we make that call. And yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now, Rashonda. So let's see if we
okay,
can get you some help on this one.
okay. All right. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Okay, Rashonda. I'll
Okay.
I'll
All
talk with
right.
you soon.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Bye bye. What did you guys think of that one? What did you guys think of that one? Let's recap the conversation, shall we? A lot there. Christy, great lead. Like so, real quick about this lead. Christy on here on social media reached out to me for Instagram. She saw my post. She saw the lives, and she said, hey, I want to get into real estate investing, want to wholesale my first deal. And Christy reached out, and that's how we got this lead. So this is Christy's lead right here. We're obviously been working on it for a solid couple of weeks now, Christy. So let's just recap the conversation. Obviously now she's going through a distress situation. There's a lot involved, a lot of moving parts. This is how you get paid in wholesaling, right? This is how you get paid, because we're problem solvers. We look for problems just like this, like she's going through, and we're gonna help her out and see if we can make a deal out of it, right? I'm not sure if we can help her. Obviously that's the goal, is to try to create a win-win scenario, but we obviously got a lot of people to get in contact with. She did give us the number to the mortgage company to say, hey, let's see what's kind of going on with that. So that's the important thing right there, is you get authorization that you can, hey, here's where we got to go, here are the next few steps, right? But a quick conversation, you guys, give me your feedback. George, so much in that conversation. Yes, there was, man. Christy says, sounds like some Fair Housing Act issue to me. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Definitely a lot going on there. But tell me what you guys' thoughts on that whole conversation. If you notice, I didn't ask that many questions at all. She was doing all the talking. That's what's awesome about doing this, is let them do all the talking. So what do you guys do? Do you give it a fair, a good, a really good, a decent? What's your awesome, a phenomenal? Let me know your feedback down below. Post them down there in the comments of how you think that quality of the conversation went. I think she gave us all the information. She obviously liked that we built the rapport from the previous conversations that we had with her, with Christy building the rapport. I'm gonna give that conversation good. It was a good conversation. Got a lot of info, and obviously there's a lot of distress. I think I hit on pretty much everything that we needed to hit on. Yeah, just a lot there. So we got Perez buys property 80 out of 20. Nice. I'll take that, man. What's the 20? What happened? What? Yeah, I'd love the feedback. Tell me the feedback. Like, what do you think that was missed that I think I could have got one more thing out of there, possibly. But again, this is like the fourth conversation that we had with this particular seller. So yeah, a lot there. That's exactly what we're looking for, you guys. When you're making your calls, you're gonna get a lot of hang-ups. You're gonna get a lot of voicemails. You're gonna get a lot of, hey, don't call me anymore. I say about 80% of the time, you're gonna get bad calls. You're just gonna get people that don't want to sell their property. Again, we're looking for problems, not properties. Okay, guys, in wholesaling, any kind of real estate, even if you're a flipper, you want to look for problems. People are going through problems. It's unfortunate, but that's part of life. Is we all go through traumatic events of divorce, death, probates, hey, you're back on payments, job loss, and these are the kinds of things that that we can help people on. All right, people that just are in it for the money and doing it for cash. I hate to say it, but if money is the motivation, it's not going to be a deal. All right, if money is the only motivation, then of course it's always about money. It always comes down to money. But ultimately, if you can provide a service to help them solve a problem, that's how you're going to get paid. But if money is just the motivation for that seller, it's going to be hard to get a deal out of it, because all that's motivating them is the money, and they want the most that they can get when it comes to, especially if money is the motivation behind it. So I say that because we look for people that are going through the stress situations of problems, all right? Because if you're going to solve the problem, you can get the deal, all right? So, all right, appreciate you guys jumping on the phone today. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of information to put in there. Christy, I got the number for the, good news is I got the number so we can call the actual guy and get, hey, what's actually owed on this thing. Because here's the thing, you guys, if we find out what's actually owed, the total payoff, now we know where we need to be at, and if we can even make a profit, if there's even a spread there for us to make a profit, all right? So, Perez buy properties, let them speak 80, you speak 20. Yeah, man, true that. And then you're on point. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you guys are on the live right now, please drop some fire. Please like it, and then also hit me up on the YouTube and the Facebook Live as well. It's yo_Paulie as well. and TikTok as well. If you guys can hit the subscribe and share this with people, I'd really appreciate it, man. So well said, brother. Thank you, George. Appreciate it, man. You guys got time for one more call or what? Are you guys busy? If you guys are busy, I'll get out of here. I'll leave. It's cool. I got some more calls to do, but if you guys want, we can do one more call. It's up to you guys. No big deal. Let's see what you guys want to do. You got time for one more call, or I can quit the live if you don't want. It's up to you guys. No big deal. I got more calls to do. You guys got one more call or what? Let me know down below. I'm making calls too. Nice, George. Nice, man. Call. Christy says call. Make some more calls. Ring them up. Nice, nice. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's do another call. This lead is we're going to Missouri. We're going across the state to Kansas, Missouri. This is a good lead. I qualified this guy. I've been talking to him for a couple of months now. He's got over 10 properties, you guys. 10 properties. Okay, I caught him on one, and come to find out, building up that rapport, he has 10 properties. Right. So we're trying to get in front of him for when he's ready to sell. Each time I called him, he wasn't ready. So he gave me the green light to keep following up with him. So let's do that call right now. Christy, we got some work to do on this one. Make it a deal. We got some serious work on our hands. Real quick, Christy, according to Rashonda, yeah, that payout, if he is act true about what his payout is, then I don't know if there's going to be enough room to spread. But then again, like, the property is in decent condition. You just know, we don't know, right? Let's figure it out. I'm thinking, jumping a little ahead of myself. Let's just call him and see what the total payout is, right? So, all right, moving on to the next. Get your questions in, you guys. You guys got questions? Please drop them in down below. Let me know how I can help you. My name's Paul, local wholesaler here in Phoenix, Arizona, doing acquisition calls to homeowners, ask if they want to sell. All right. You can also follow me on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and then also TikTok, same name, yo_Paulie. All right. So let's make some calls. We're here Friday. We're here working. I'm here working for you guys. I'm working with you guys. You're not alone. We're doing calls together. It could be scary when you're first going at it, but don't be scared. Your guy Paulie's here with you, making the calls with you, all right? If you guys know anyone that's having trouble, that they want to get started, or they just are kind of afraid to make that first phone call, you guys, share the live with them. Let them know that, hey, there's people out there that are actually doing it, making the calls. I'm not just out here just educating people at just a whole guru event of talking. Let's put it to action, right? Let's get people on the actual phone talking, all right? Let's see people actually doing the damn thing, all right? Enough talk. Time for action. Time for calls, all right? No more education, no more teaching. Be serious. Get down to calling, all right? Stop messing around. Talking to myself. All right, let's call Phil. Phil, time to call. Time to answer the phone, Phil. I like Phil. Every time we have a conversation with Phil, it's always a good one. Smile and dial.
Amsoil Phil Beats.
Mr. Phil, how are you? This is Paul.
Well, Paul, I'm doing fine. It's hotter than all get out here.
Same here, Phil. Man, it is getting, yeah, it's you have a different heat out there in Missouri, right? Ours is more, it feels like an oven out here.
Well, your humidity is usually a lot less than ours.
Yeah, I heard it gets a little more stickier out there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, cool, Phil. Last time we talked, yeah, you were I know you had a couple of doctor appointments going on, and we've been talking about your 10 properties here to cash that lottery ticket in here. So, just wondering to see if we're ready to make something happen, or not yet. Have you talked with the wife lately, or?
Oh, yeah, we've got a lot going on. We've made a lot happen, but there's still a lot more to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing uh, how much is how much we get done, but there's still so much more to do.
Oh yeah, it's never
It's
ending,
just
right?
that makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always. There's always something to do, and if there's not a list, then I'm sure something new always pops up.
Oh yeah, that most every day.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, we're having an air conditioning problem right now, and so I got to get somebody out to take care of that situation.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I would say that was a priority, right?
yeah, we've done pretty good the last couple of days. It's been off and on, and but hopefully I'll get hold of somebody today and see what's going on when they can get there.
Mm-hmm. Is this your personal property, Phil? The one on that we've been talking about on Terrace, or is this a different one?
Oh, it's uh, one of our houses that actually Donna owns it, but we're still going to sell it. That's the main one we're selling.
Okay.
First one we're going to try to sell.
Okay. Do I have the address of that one? Hold on, real quick. Is that the? Let me check the notes here. Well, how about we save you some money, Phil, and I'll buy it from you with the AC not running, and that way you don't have to pay for it.
Well, we still got a lot of stuff there yet to get moved. Uh, but you know, things keep coming up, uh, just like the air conditioning thing.
Hmm.
But no, we're working on it. We make a few steps most every day.
Okay, all right, good. As long as there's steps in the right direction, right?
Well, the air conditioning thing isn't necessarily in the right direction,
No.
but
Those are
yeah,
just those curveballs of good old life there, right? Yeah.
yeah, there you go, curveballs. They
Yeah. Hmm.
seem to have a lot of curveballs.
Okay, all right. So sounds like a couple of things are still popping up. So okay, so not quite ready just yet. Um, all right, no problem, Phil. One step at a time. So
Okay,
okay, sir. I can call you next month. Just
that'd be fine.
all right, Phil. I appreciate the time today. I hope, Phil, if you can't get an AC guy, let me know, please, because I have a guy that can send your way as well. All right, if you need any kind of resources or anything.
You you have a contact in Kansas City?
I do. Yep. We have contractors. We have, like I said, contractors, title companies, realtors that we work with, and obviously with owning properties, you got to have those types of resources with you. So yeah, he does good work. He has a team of individuals he works with, and he might be able to get you a decent price if you like. I can get you over his contact info.
Well, I've got a uh, one of my customers does AC heating and AC,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to give him a call and see if he's available. Uh, that's my first step right there.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. If he falls through or he's busy, yeah, feel free to give me a call, Phil, and I can give you my
Okay,
guy's number. So, all
I'll
right,
keep that in mind. All right.
all
Okay,
right,
have a
sir.
good day.
You too, Phil. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Always a pleasure talking with Phil. So, what did you guys think of that conversation? Just a follow up call with Phil. I already knew he kind of wasn't been ready. He hasn't been ready. I keep just trying to follow up, right? So it's about follow up, you guys. It's all about the follow up, all right? And this deal, I just gotta stay fresh in his memory of whenever he's ready to make that move, that I'm there in front of him, all right? So right now, it's just gonna be nothing but the follow ups. And it's all we can do for now until he's ready to make the move. But as you can see, let me know what you guys thought about that conversation. Give me a thumbs up. Was it good, decent, bad? Let me know your thoughts on it. Um, but one thing we like to do is to be a resourceful for people, right? Let's offer assistance to anyone that needs help. Let's put them in contact with our people. That way we can show them that hey, we do have their best interest in mind of servicing and providing a good quality to individuals to help them, right? Because that's what we're here to do, right? So overall, yeah, decent conversation, right? Not much there. I did verify that we were talking about the same property. So again, yeah, he's not quite ready to move. So I hope you guys are getting something out of this today. I'm here working for you on a Friday. So let me know if you have any questions down below. We got about 5 more minutes before I hop off the live. So if you guys got questions, please drop them in down below. Be happy to help you out with them. Um, let's see what else we got going on. I think we can do one more call. It's up to you guys. Let me see if I got anyone else here that we can. Oh, you know what? I do have a creative deal that I can pitch out right now. You guys want to hear a creative pitch or what? Creative? No? Yes? Thumbs down? Thumbs down. Let's see. Where's this guy at? Robert. Let's see if I can find him real quick. I'm gonna call him either way if I'm on the live or not on the live. It's just up to you guys if you want to hear it or not. Let's see. Where is he? Here he is. That one. Roberto. We're calling Roberto. All right, guys. We're jumping over to Ohio. We went from Texas to Missouri. Now we're in Ohio. So let's see. My timer says could be 1700. Property management. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading through the notes here. Asking price, care build up, cash flow. Uh, I'm staying on to hear. All right, Christy. I know you got to go, right? You got that 12 o'clock. Um, Christy's out in Texas right now, and she's going to the main meeting right now out there that they're having a huge real estate event going on. Christy, what's that event called anyway? I've heard of it. I heard of the one. I've seen flyers and ads for it and everything. So, all right. I'm trying to remember what the pitch was for this one of how much we can offer. It was 5 to 10% down. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just trying to remember the pitch real quick. So I'm gonna offer a sub two deal right now, but the whole offer was we can do 5% down. We can do. I'm trying to find out his cash flow and his terms of what he wanted. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's give him a call. Let's find out what he wants to do. This is a sub 2 deal, you guys, so stick around. We're going to give him a call. We got called 216-284. Did I call him?
Apparently managing.
Let's see. Did I ever call him? No, I should call him from Magnolia's number. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to call him from my number.
So, you know, to me, the same thing. Hey, Robert, yeah, you get another thing. Boom. You know, wife gets pregnant again. What?
So I got some numbers together for you, but
Alright, I'm going to call him from Magnolia's number. Here we go, you guys. We're getting ready to do a sub 2 pitch. Get your notepads out. Pay attention.
Hello?
Hey, Roberto, how's it going? It's Paul.
What's happening, Paul?
How you doing? Happy Friday to you,
Good.
sir. Good to hear. How's the family?
Good.
Good. Any plans this weekend, Roberto? You partying it up on the weekend?
No.
Same here, Roberto. I live a pretty boring life.
Boring life.
There you go. You know what I like doing, Roberto? I like working, so I'm always at the office. So.
Yeah. Well, I work outside when I can, you know, but I haven't been working lately, you know, just trying to do little things because of my injury. So.
Okay. All right. So I had my transaction coordinator should have sent you over the email with our terms and everything and kind of what we were talking about as far as maybe going like a payments over time type of thing. Did you happen to get that email, Robert? I wanted to call you and make sure you got it.
Is it under your name?
It should be coming from our business, which is Phxdeals at WH Houses. It could have popped up in your spam. I think she sent it like maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
You know, if I didn't recognize it was coming from you, I probably, you know, I don't delete my emails. I got like over 6,000 emails.
Oh.
But thank God the newer ones pop up first.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, all right. So you know what to do? I'll just have her resend it. Roberto, can I text you on this number? Like, can I send you a text and just to say, hey, we sent it, so you can?
Yeah. I can receive text on this. Not a problem.
All right, cool.
I'll look at my email, Paul, because you know, now that you told me it's Phoenix, you know, I'll look at my emails and see if I actually got it. You know.
Okay.
You said about 3 days ago.
Yeah, and it could actually be in your spam. So check for it's called Phxdeals at whhouses.com. That's who it'll be coming from.
Okay.
All right. And then if you got just like a minute, I can give you a quick breakdown of what it is.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, so let me pull it up real quick here. So, all right, I have it up. What we were able to do is we you know, I know the cash offer was coming in too low, but hey, we said, hey, we can have out payments over time, right? The good news about that is we can get you the price that you were asking, right? That 165, okay? So we can do the 165 of your asking price, right? And you're giving us the ability to pay you. You're going to take all that equity over time, right? Where we're starting at is we can do 20 years, all right? We're going to do that for 20 years. We can do 5% down. And then as far as cash flow, you can do about, now that's where we kind of get things that are a little bit tight, right? We would have to do about, you're looking at about maybe $1,200 a year. Again, that would be going toward the principal pay down. But that's pretty much what we got right now. We can always.
You mean $1,200 a month, Paul? You mean a month, right?
You know, then we'd be paying you there, Robert. Yeah, that's kind of because we're obviously going to keep making your payments to your mortgage, right, to the 900, which we discussed. That has to get paid. Obviously, we want to make cash flow. You would need to make cash flow. Um, I guess out of all those three, did any of them kind of stand out to you the most? Because we can always adjust. They're like, think of them like levers, right? All three levers. Like we have the down payment, we have the length of time, and then we have the cash flow. So
what's the 5% come up to? Let me ask you that.
Let me pull that up right now. 5% down of 165.
About $8,000.
Yeah, you're looking around 8,000 down payment.
And then 1,200 a month is also equaling the house payment.
That's going to your pocket, so that's your mailbox money, right? That's, hey, you don't have to worry about the property anymore. You're not maintaining it. You're not doing no, you're not going checking up on it. You're not. All you're doing is moving on with your new life, and just $100 is going to be coming to you. Obviously not. I'm using that's a metaphor, mailbox money. But what it's going to go to is going to go through a third party into your own separate account, showing that hey, we're still making the payments, and then through that, it's going to get delegated the funds into a separate account, which is yours, obviously, or it'll be direct deposit to your whatever account you want of that $100 every month. That's why we call it mailbox money. Passive income.
Okay.
Yeah. So. And like I said, we can always adjust the numbers as we need to. The benefit of doing this, Robert, is hey, we're making your monthly payments still to your mortgage, right? Your credit is being built up because by the time we're keeping making the payments and by the time we pay you off, it's going to go up. So a lot of added benefits there for it. Let's see. Yeah, you're making that 1,200 cash flow. Yeah, and then it's the easiest way I can break it down, Roberto, is it's almost like a lease to a car, right? Like you're giving us the ability to pay you off, and then obviously it'll stay in your name as well until we pay you off. That way, you still have the deed in case anything happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if something happens and it's still under my name?
Yeah, good questions. Really good question. I can't sit here and convince you to believe me. Like I'm not gonna, hey Roberto, you can trust me, man. Like hey, we're gonna pay it, right? I'm not gonna say that. What I will say is we're in the business of portfolio. We have properties. Our business is to own properties. We don't want them to go back to you because if they do go back to you, we lose out on the cash flow, we lose out on the down payment, and we lose out on owning the home as well. We're not in the business of losing properties. We're in the business of obtaining properties. Worst case scenario, yeah, hey, we got I can't say this for sure, right? But if we were to go out of business, then hey, then yeah, you get the property back. Would it be a headache because now you have another property on your hands? It could be, but obviously that's worst case scenario of that ever happening.
Right.
That's just full transparency there.
Okay, let's recap this now. You're gonna give me 5,000 down. 5% down, and then with a cash flow of 1,200. You said a year or is it a month?
Year.
A year. So I would get $1,200 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys would make the payments.
Correct.
So well, Paul, over a course of 20 years at 1,200 a month, 20, at 1,200 a year, other than the 5%. How are you guys going to make the monthly payments?
to your mortgage, what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, the mortgage payment.
Yeah, good. So good question, Robert. So you're allowing us to give you payments over time. What that is that's allowing us now, we can go into the property, fix it up the way we want to, and now we can move another potential renter in there, right? And now we can kind of, the play here for us is why it's more beneficial towards us is now we can charge a little bit higher of a rent. And with that higher of a rent, that's obviously covering the payment, and that's covering the cash flow from moving the new client in there. That's kind of the play behind the whole, is allowing us to, hey, keep it as a rental still. But again, the added benefit to you now is, hey, a lot of people don't, once they've done landlording and they realize what's involved in it, they don't want to do it, right? Because it's a lot of work to where
I know. My mom used to have a rental, and it was a pain in the ass. By the time you figured out who was a good candidate, between the liars and the guys who were, oh yeah, my last landlord, and get their friend to fill out some type of paperwork saying they're a good rent, tenants, blah blah blah, and then when they leave, you see the house, and you're like, where the hell was I at?
Exactly.
Sometimes trying to get them to leave. By the time you go to court, yeah, it's a. I'm just trying to figure out. I know I'm getting that little bit of lump sum in front, and then the $1,200 a year. But in between that, I'm not getting anything as far as, I know you guys are making the payments, but where am I gonna, if it's gonna take me 20 years to recoup what you guys are gonna give me, Paul? That's the problem. I mean, if I was getting like 1,200, let's just say a house like this, I already know what it would go for a rental. Probably before you guys even do any updates. Which the only updates would be the kitchen and bathroom. The bathroom is even a maybe, but I would probably redo the bathroom, but it's been redone before, but the kitchen needs updating for sure. 1,600, 1,800 a month for rental. I know that for a fact. I haven't, trust me, Paul, I've been around, and I've circle, and I research, and I try to dissect every situation. As far as rental property, yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that. But somehow or another, you guys got to come up with kind of like shortening that payoff date. If you know what I mean. Something, because if I need money, that 8,000 isn't, it's not really a lot of money. It's a chunk of change, but not enough for me to say, okay, I could wait for 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Okay, so it sounds like the
Well, let me ask you this, Paul. So I know I was asking 165. Right? And obviously that's too much for you guys. You guys came at 110, which is, it's never going to happen. I got $20,000 here in updates that I did, other than, just to maintain, and, the garden area that I, blah, blah, blah. And that's a plus for whoever rents it, and I think that would be a plus for anybody who would want to do any gardening. The front area, that needs a little bit of work, but if you guys get the capital to, let's just, if I throw a number out there, say you put $25,000 into, whether it's somewhat repairing the driveway, some remodeling, maybe do a deck in front, because I don't think you guys can do a deck in the back, because the way the garage is set up, it's, it wouldn't be feasible to put a deck in the back here, like off the kitchen area, like my neighbor's got. His garage is sideways, so when he pulls into the driveway, he pulls far up into the garage area and then turns left into the garage. To where my garage is, you pull straight in, and there's parking. There's parking to the left in front of the garage. So, at least that's the way I saw it. Okay, I can't do that, but I can do a nice deck in the front. That's why I actually did some landscaping in the front, anticipating that I would, do like a rounded deck, which would, with steps down into the driveway area. That would be a big plus for people. I mean, I know people will just rather have in the back, but or whether they do like a picnic area in the back somewhere. But I wouldn't do anything in the grass areas, especially when you got heavy downpours and that, because my property is the lowest property here, between my two neighbors. So whenever it rains and downpours, between the neighbor on the left of me, if you're facing my house, all the water runs between both properties here, and as you got like a river that just continues on.
Okay, all right.
So, what if I was to say 150?
Okay, 150 at the end.
Well, not at the end. I mean, as far as a cash out deal.
Oh, for cash, got it. Yeah, that's so good point. That was the other thing I was gonna bring up is like, we're not too far off from that cash. So 150 cash. Well, let me ask you this, Roberto. I mean, is the sound? Does it seem like the 165 doing the payments over time a little?
Well, Paul, let's put yourself in my place. Somebody's going to offer you 8,000 up front, right? That 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you guys are making the payments, that's that $1,000 a month, and you guys are going to give me $1,200 a year to
Mm-hmm.
put in my pocket. Every year I get $1,200. In the course of 10 years, that's $10,000. Well, $12,000.
So let me ask you this:
Right.
if we were able to shorten the time, right? Like, let's just say we adjust the levers, right? If we shorten the time frame, come down some, and then are you wanting to up the cash flow? Or
Well, like I mean, if because with like I said, that 8,000 isn't really much to for me to work with. I mean, that's nothing.
okay, all right.
And then so you figure 8,000 up front plus another 1,200. So you got 8,000 and something plus 1,200. Now you got, you guys are giving me, let's say, pretty close to 10,000 for the first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then thereafter it's 1,200 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I could see if you guys say, okay, every 6 months, 5,000, and break it down that way. So why couldn't you guys do? I don't know. I'm just looking for because I need money flow. To enable myself to do something. It doesn't make sense for me to own a property and I'm waiting on that 1,200 a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm like, I get it. All right. And that's, hey, I do that all the time, right? I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. So I guess the question when it comes down to is what is it that you would need that you would feel more confident, comfortable doing this kind of project, right? Like I said, we can adjust these levers all we need to. They just need to make sense. That way it's fair for you, fair for us. Yeah, so okay, so sounds like the deposit obviously would need to come up some. That way you have something. Um, Length of time needs to come down, obviously. a little bit
Right.
too
Well,
long.
here's the thing, Paul. I'm 61 years old, so I could kill over at any frickin' time. You know what happen? What happens if I die in the middle of this deal and it's still in my name?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
You know, that's what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because anything could happen. I mean, I'm healthy as a horse now, other than my, the injury on my back and my rotator cuff. That's not going to kill me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to die from that. But 20 years, I'll be 80 something. You know.
Robert, you'll be as healthy as an ox by then.
Well.
Well, Robert, if I tell you something, we have ran into that before, unfortunately, right? All seriousness, we have had a seller that has passed away. There was one instance, it was in Tennessee, and it was an older lady, and unfortunately, she did pass. We were 5 years from actually paying her off with that balloon rate. There are stipulations in the contract stating that no matter what happens, that we still need to make the initial payment because it still has to be paid off of, right? And like I said, we are in the business of obtaining properties, not to get rid of them. So like our contracts, all that's laid out in the contract. Obviously, we'll talk with our title companies. You'll talk with the title companies with any kind of further questioning. Yeah, because all that stuff happens, right? It does, and we want to make sure that it's not going to fall back on any of your loved ones or anything like that. We want to make sure that we take the full blunt of it here. Yeah, it sounds like the length of time needs to come down. The deposit would obviously need to go up, and then the cash flow possibly may need to come up as well.
Or, whether you guys, talk it over with your investors, as far as like a balloon payment once a year,
Okay.
This way it helps me, and then obviously it decreases the length of the contract,
Mm-hmm.
which is better for you guys. Now you guys get to own the property quicker, get me out of the way so you could actually take over the property altogether.
Okay. All right. Yeah, as long as you're open to those, as long as you're open to that kind of thing, Robert, I can definitely take that back to the team if that would. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, right. What would make you feel more confident doing the deal? So.
Right,
Okay.
but it's got to be more convenient for me to receive money instead of me waiting 20 years. I mean, if I was 40 years old and had, and was going to move into a smaller apartment or whatever, and I just decided, you know what, I'm done with this and blah, blah, blah. The reason I'm leaving is it's not because I'm done paying the house. I'm not working for this city much longer, and I'm done. I'm done as far as trying to stay in a city where I can't stand to see the people that run the city look me in the face, and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as I'm concerned, the city here is a joke, and every public official and all their administrators are jokes. So that's why I want to get the hell out of here and be done with it. There's no problems with me staying here. But if I have an option to where I can, okay, somebody's willing to take over, I'm getting X amount of dollars. Now I got a chunk where I can, all right, I'm comfortable and I can wait. Blah blah blah. But 20 years at $1,200 a year, Paul. It's $1,200 a year. It's almost like going to Italy. You're working in Italy. Over there, they pay you monthly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like expecting that check once a year for $1,200. In the meantime, you got bills that roll in constantly, and you got no money to pay. You're waiting on that $1,200 a year, because that chunk of change you got at first is already gone. By the time I find someplace, I'm a check to check guy. So it's not like I have a retirement fund, but the earlier I grab it, the less I'm going to get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the retirement age is, I think, for the pension plan is 67. you know. Social Security is that I can start collecting at 62, and it's the same thing, you know. If I collect at 67, I get a bigger chunk. But if I'm gonna, you know, move away from working, and you know, which is probably what's gonna happen here, you know, I'm getting less money from that. You know, if I was a millionaire, yeah, I'd jump right on that, Paul. You know, I'd say, okay, you guys are gonna take over, you know. Or if I had a nice chunk of change saved, you know.
No, makes sense, Robert. And yeah, I just want to make sure that I understand where you're coming from, and obviously what's going to be best for your interests, right? Um, when do you?
Well, it's not only it's not only for my interest, but you know, it's also for you guys as investment. Do you want to be invested for 20 years? You know, and then something happened in between that where whatever money you paid into it, you lost. You can't get it back. You know, until, let's just say something happened to me 8 years down the line. You got 8 years of payment you guys did, right? At $1,000, you know, a month, times 8 years, times, well, 1,000 times 12, that's 12,000 times 8. Now you got almost $100,000 of payment you guys got into it. And then something happens. Whether I die and you guys got to keep making the payments until when? Until the house is paid off, and then what?
I get it.
I mean, have you guys had that scenario? So when that lady in Pennsylvania died, you guys still had to make the payment. But at the final, what is the final outcome? Who gets the house?
Yeah, so in that instance, it was in Tennessee, and in that instance, yeah, so that means the balloon was due. Obviously, we had a talk with the banks to make sure that we can make the payment on it still, to obviously take ownership of that. Just for us, it's like kind of out of out of surprise, because obviously it would become due now, and obviously we would now have to pay it off earlier. So we just adjust to that, right, as a company. So, but I do appreciate you thinking of it like that, because a lot of people don't. So,
Yeah, I'm not worried about me grabbing the money. I'm also worried about, okay, and I think about, okay, I mean, it's good that you guys are on this trying to make money, and I mean, congratulations that somebody's thinking for a way to make money. I mean, hey, I give you guys kudos for that. But, in any type of investment, okay, how can we shorten it? How can we recoup the money faster without us still being in debt? I mean, if I'm an investor, okay, what's my take on it? How long am I going to be able to, keep this up until I take ownership and grab the money all to ourselves?
well, full transparency, Roberto. Investors work off of debt, right, and time. So, you know, unfortunately, that'd probably be a little bit higher than where I'm at, probably. But as far as I know, like, debt and time is always the best two things for long-term portfolio businesses that hold them, right? So yeah, you're right though. You are right. Looking at an investor standpoint for an individual, yeah, you obviously would say, hey, how can I get out of this thing quicker, sooner, and get the money out and be done with it, right? I definitely
How
can see
could I
where you're
take
coming
possession without having so much, time invested? Because I mean, you gotta put the money into it, and then whatever money you put into it, you're hoping to get it back a lot faster than the time it took you to put into it. I mean, that's how you, that's how you come out ahead.
from. Let's get that money liquid, right?
Right, that's it. Now you got more. Now you got more capital to actually go into maybe a couple more properties, because now you got now you got some equity there. More equity. I mean, I don't know what I'm not trying to get into you guys' finance. I'd imagine you're doing good, and you're trying to keep that status quo. But on my end, I mean, if I'm going to make the move, it's got to be comfortable enough for me to where I know I'm going to receive X amount of dollars, and I could work with that X amount of dollars without having, $1,200 is nothing, Paul. In today's day and age, that's almost a truck payment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you really think about it, that's a truck payment. Imagine if I had to wait a year to make a truck payment. I wish it was like that, but on a monthly basis.
Okay, all right. Well, let me ask you this, Roberto. Is there anything that would, in your perspective, right? Like, let me hear from your perspective. What would be that good monthly cash flow for you then? Like, what would that, let's say we can wave a magic wand here and make it fair for you and I, like, what would be that, what would we be looking at then? Let me hear your terms, your cash flow, what you're offering here.
Well, let's take let's just say, obviously you guys can't do the 150 lump sum, cash out. That's out of you guys' reach, even though, that's another 40,000 as opposed to the 110 you guys offered.
Well, I'm gonna take that back to them, right, and see what we can do. The worst thing they can say is no, and we keep going with this other deal. But okay, so go ahead.
Well, I can, Keller Williams, which is a very good real estate agent, appraised his house at 211,000. Probably the way it sits, even though nobody's been by looking at it. I haven't called anybody. So let's just say that you guys would, you pay 150. You turn around and you estimate the 2,000, to 211,000, and then you calculate your monthly payment on that, based on the 211,000. Now you can charge more to get more of that money back. If I was to sell it for 211,000, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have Keller Williams put it up for sale and maybe get my 185. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
And these days, houses are going by fast. The guy 2 houses down from me, 250,000. A week. He had it for sale for a week, and it went. Houses here in Parma Heights go pretty quickly. So I'm just thinking, if you guys would do the 150 and then base it on the estimated value of the home and charge the rent, I think you guys would do pretty good, being that you're able to make your payment on a monthly basis and also pocket some equity, based on whatever balance is, not due. I think I got a pretty good interest rate on the house. That's the other thing I'm looking at too. I mean, if you guys, obviously you guys got better credit, so you might get a lesser percentage. I'm paying 4.5% interest,
Mm-hmm.
to anywhere else you got going on right now to get a home loan, you're looking at 6.5% to 9%. So if you were to buy a house that would cost 150,000, by the time you pay it off, you're looking at almost $300,000 you pay for the house, and over time. Obviously, it depends on how whatever term limits you got. So I don't think 100. And now here again, I came down another 15,000. So I went from 165 to 150. So if I want to make a move, I need capital to grab. Which in all actuality, even though you guys thinking you're giving me 150, I'm not actually getting the whole 150 because I still have to pay off the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? So in all actuality, I might be walking away with 40, 50,000. Well, probably a little more than that. So probably about 65 to 70,000. That I'd be walking away with, and that's it.
After paying off that mortgage, right?
After paying off the mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a lot of money, but now if I got $70,000, now I can kind of
Make a move.
Make a move, look around, grab something. I'm not going to grab something I'm going to be in debt again. I'm going to buy something to where, okay, it's not going to cost me $70,000, and where I have a little capital to, be able to do things, whether I want to redo something or, in the next home, whether I want to remodel a bathroom. Now I got
Mm-hmm.
some money where I can buy the material, but I'm not going to hire anybody because I could do all the work myself, Paul.
Now I get it.
It's just like everything else, I haven't been able to, one of my first things was to, once I redid the floors and, I went through all the rooms, I stuccoed all the holes. There was a fake fireplace in the living room where I removed, there's a giant hole. I covered that up. I got, what's the sense of having a fireplace if you can't light a fire, you know? So to me, the first thing was that was stupid. They got a fireplace, but it's not a real fireplace. It's just something to hang somebody's stocking, which made the room a lot smaller. So I removed that, which I think your guy, Joe, when he took the pictures, you probably saw the video where the actual fireplace was still downstairs. I, removed it, and that was it. So my next move was going to be to redo the kitchen. But then the wife's got different ideas, I want to do this first and then I'll do that. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to remodel. I'm gutting the kitchen. It's not going to be, I'm going to do this niche in this corner or, add a hood or, put in a built-in fridge. No, that's not going like that.
You're gonna make it uniform, right there, Robert?
Right. It's either I got a plan, here's my blueprint, and here's where I'm going.
Yep. Makes sense.
And it'll be the same thing with the bathroom. The bathroom, I was going to take out the closet that's behind, that's in the next bedroom over there, and extend the tub out. Do a nice tile shower and tub. And then, like I told you before, I actually was going to put in a bidet because my wife's from Italy. She's used to a bidet. So I was like, oh, okay.
There you go. Getting fancy with it.
Further on down the line, any woman would love that.
No kidding. All right.
But that was my goals that I had, and which things happen. My attitude changed, and a lot of people backstab me, and it's like, okay, there's no sense in retaliating. I just it's like anything else. If something upsets you, just walk away from it, and that's exactly what
No, I get it. I've been there, Robert. I've been there, so been a part of that. It's never no fun.
No.
Let me
but, I'm still in good spirits, Paul. You move forward.
Good.
You just let God do the work. So when karma comes, I hope I can see it, but I hope it hits him hard.
There you go. Yep, exactly. Leave it in his hands there. So, well, Robert, I don't want to take up the rest of your day, man. Let me take it back to the team. I know where you're at now. Let me see what I can do. Let me see where we're at with the cash offer, right? And then I'll get back to you. So, but
okay.
I'll give you a call later and see what we can do. And I think we're close. Sounds like we're right there. I'm thinking we can make something happen out of it. So, but let me call him and see. So.
No problem, Paul. In the meantime, I'll look for that email and see what I'll print it out and I'll see what what you guys got going on.
Okay.
So.
All right, Robert.
Okay.
I appreciate your time today, sir. And I'll talk with you again soon here.
All right, Paul. You have a good weekend, brother.
You too.
All righty. Bye bye.
Oh, shoot. Hold on, you guys. I gotta stretch after that one. Oh, right. Oh, all right. For those of you that are still with me, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the live still. That was a long one. Go from no calls to really short calls to over oh man, let's see how long that conversation was. Little stretching after that one, you guys. Thank you for hanging out still. I appreciate it. That was a 40-minute conversation, you guys, and I've been on the live already for a good 30 minutes. So let me know what you guys thought of that one. Please drop the comments down below. What do you give that conversation? A good, great, very great, a phenomenal, a decent? What is it? Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. Before I hop off the live, you guys, let's go over the let's recap. Quick recap of that conversation. A lot of information there. Pitch the sub 2. He obviously wants length of time. He told us what he wants. Deposit, right? He's wanting capital. He was just flowing with information. We're not too far apart on the cash offer. I might come again with the cash offer. He came down 15,000, you guys. Give me a break. Give me a break here, all right? Give me a break. He came down 15,000 from the initial offer. If he came down 15,000, I'm gonna get him to come down another 5 or 10, and we can make this a cash offer. Wait, we can do a wholesale deal. Oh, I'm trying to wake myself up. We can make this a cash deal, you guys. We don't even have to go the sub 2 route. If I can get him down just a little bit more. If I can get him down another 10,000, you guys, that's our assignment fee. All right. So I'm gonna come back to him and say, hey man, here's what the team said. Let's go the cash route. Let's do 140. Let's meet at 140, and then there we go. Wholesale deal done. Cripes. I hope you guys got some value out of this. I hope you guys got some value. Please drop some likes. Please go to YouTube right now, you guys. Jump on Yo_Paulie and subscribe right now, please. Have some work. Have some grinding. You guys heard a whole lot of listening. It takes energy to listen, man. Oh, cripes. Go to YouTube, you guys. Drop a like on the video, please, on the live. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe. Share this information, you guys. I got a lot more work to do. Freaking call, 40-minute damn call. Even after another long call. Back to back. You guys got it here live. Let's go. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it. That's what it's all about, you guys. Hope you got some value on it, all right? This is Paul signing off for the day. Get back to work, you guys. Bam. You guys just saw how you freaking do it right there, okay? So you guys want to know how to partner up with me, shoot me a message down below. Be happy to partner with you. Be happy to talk about what that looks like. If you know anybody that wants to get into wholesaling or investing in general, or where to put their money at, and they want to partner with someone into real estate, into a hard asset, have them contact me, you guys. I'd love to help them out. So I'm heading out of here, you guys. I got a lot more work to do for today, but thank you so much. This was fun. I love it. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Go hit the like. Go subscribe. Thank you very much. Get to work. That's a good one. That's a real good one. I had a lot of fun on that one. Dang. All right, we're done. Stop.